That's the state of television.
And 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Hollywoo Reporter. I'm Matthew Mingo alongside my co-host.
Dan Mendez, alongside my co-host.
Mingo, we're here.
Welcome to another episode of what we do here.
Review every episode of BoJack Horesman.
Yep, and we are on episode 5.
5, yes.
Episode 5.
It's a good one.
Lucky number 5. That's my lucky number.
That's your lucky number?
Yeah.
I don't have a lucky number.
No? You don't believe in lucky numbers?
I don't believe in luck.
That makes sense.
Everything you know about me is like, Mingo does not believe in luck.
We're good?
We're good?
So you might notice we're on the opposite.
Oh, you're doing it right now? No.
It's all good. Money's back, guys.
It's opposite of a therapist's office, so.
Yeah, so we're on the opposite wall we were last time because the therapist's office is on that side. We didn't really want to disturb them, so we decided to face our voices.
They have enough. They're disturbed enough.
Well, they probably are. I think
is a great addition to the I think we got in
at the right time.
We got in on the ground floor with Vinny.
Yeah.
I know.
It's always the ground floor with Vinny. The fucking deep.
You know, I want to.
We're 6 feet under.
I just want to say a few things. One, I think everyone at some point in their life should go to therapy because we're all screwed up in some way.
That's how I went up with this
Screws
space.
us all up.
That's how you wind up with the space?
I went to therapy,
Okay.
and then I became her business consultant because she has more problems than I do. So she gave me this office space in return.
I want a therapist like that.
I'm joking. I cleaned her office, but I am sort of like a business consultant.
Oh my lord.
I'm actually the custodian.
That's why Vinny has those big
Ground
keys.
floor. You can't want ground floor. And custodian of the therapist.
Can we? I just love the fact that even in 2019, when a movie or TV show is trying to show that someone is a janitor or something, they still have the big keys.
Yes.
Things like we have cards now.
It's not enough that they're holding a mop and they have the whole, one-piece suit on.
People just tuned in for
That
the
is
BoJack and we're talking about.
But that isn't always a funny. That's always a
Great to get started.
That's always a funny joke. I was watching Parks and Rec again for the first time in a while, and
Good show.
It's a great show. At one point, the guy was just like, the character Jerry had to unlock a door, and he was like, he pulled out a big thing of keys, and I was like, that's always funny. The key thing is always funny. Trying to open the door and you can't get the right one.
Classic comedy.
Oh my god, it's like that goes back to the old days.
That's the camera.
I thought Mendez. I thought you were like, I gotta go use the bathroom. I'm like, Mendez already?
Mid podcast.
I'm just podcast pee. You know, on my other podcast, we can't say pee.
No?
We do it on the radio and we can't talk
So
about
what
it.
you guys, you're not allowed to say?
We're not allowed to.
Pee.
We're not allowed to do it because it's a bodily fluid. Because we're on the radio.
What if you're referring to the letter P?
If you're referring to the letter P, you cannot refer to urination.
Or the vegetable?
It's all in the context.
It's all in the context. You can say, I'm pissed off, but you cannot say, I'm pissing, or I'm pissed, or...
But you can't say I'm peed off.
Yeah, it's weird. No bodily fluid whatsoever.
So every episode you should be testing the limits.
So there you go, guys.
We tried. No, in the first one we mentioned a pee bucket, and then it was just like our friend had to bleep it out.
You know,
What about a
the
urine
last...
bucket? Or a, what's another proper name for urine? Not that many, are there?
The yellow snow?
Why aren't there that many scientific? Well, I guess that's all they needed was one.
I guess.
I think we should get to this.
Yeah, let's get to the episode.
I love steam. Now I'm peed off.
It's okay.
It's alright.
It's all good. I love how we got started.
I'll go
Me
back to making my shadow.
Welcome back to Hollywoo Reporter, Casting Couch Edition.
Hollywoo
Did you-
Reporter.
Before quick tangents. Before one quick thing. Did you see that Disney they edited out a deleted scene in Toy Story 2?
Did they?
Yeah, with
The edited...
there's like a blooper reel at the end type of thing
Oh.
where it's like the prospector guy is talking to these two girls about being on a casting couch and what they can do for him, and they edited that out recently.
Oh, that's
Just now?
Yeah, just
The
now.
movie's like from like 2004.
No, that movie's from like 1999.
Is it?
I think so, yeah.
What was
Toy
the
Story 2.
original?
Toy Story 1 is like 1997.
Wait, was that when casting couch for like porn was a thing?
I don't think it's for porn. I think it's the idea that like directors or producers would do that to young women to be like, I'll get you a part in my next movie because his whole thing is I'll get you a part in Toy Story 3 if you.
Well, that was always funny until it was a real thing.
Until the Harvey Weinstein stuff came out.
Yeah, that's what happened. Harvey Weinstein. Like, oh wait, that actually happens.
And speaking of Hollywood,
Harvey Weinstein was just
Hollywood.
What's the term for? I can't think of the word. I'm sorry. Now I interrupt you. Like a pioneer.
He was a pioneer for creepiness.
He paved the way for sexual assault.
Louis C.K. could not be where he is today without Harvey Weinstein.
I think we need to add more cameras to this show. We need to cut angles.
Yeah, Vinny just there drinking his beer on his laptop.
Sitting on my computer.
Alright, so this is episode 5. This one's written by Caroline Williams and directed by Joel Mosier. And he, I think, directs 3 episodes of this series. And it's done a bunch of other Netflix shows. Yeah. Animated. He also did a bunch of episodes of Big Mouth, I just read. Yeah? Yeah. I don't know which episodes. I don't know. It's a great show.
I love that show.
So this one is we get out of Hollywoo.
Yep.
We're going up to Boston.
Boston.
Yeah, we're going to Boston. Boston. Gotta go see the Sox play. Get some baked beans. I'm doing a terrible accent. I'm really bad at accents. I tried to do a Russian accent the other day and did not go well.
Do a Russian Boston accent.
A Russian Boston.
That's just you're drunk.
And he's got a couple more beers.
Yeah. I'll nail it soon.
So this episode opens with BoJack and Diane at the airport. Mm-hmm. They're not originally going to Boston. I think they're going to New York to Penguin Publishing. Penguin Publishing, thank you. Penguin Publishing. Things real quick. That is Seinfeld, you're right. Yeah. That's why it's on my mind. Happy 30th anniversary.
They're not dead.
Well,
yeah. I love that they had their 30th anniversary on the Today Show, and the only person that showed up was Peterman. Like, that was so desperate for work.
Jerry Seinfeld couldn't be bothered.
No one else was there.
Jerry's like, I got my cars. I don't need them.
Showing old clips of Seinfeld, and Peterman's just hanging out.
And Peterman's not even in the clips.
I almost met Jerry Seinfeld once.
You did. I was
at a car event.
I saw him live.
You know who he just plugged? Your boy.
Mark Normand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
SNY. Yeah.
He goes, yeah, you got to watch out for this Mark Normand.
I saw the clip.
When Jerry Seinfeld plugs you, you are officially going from being
a mid-range guy to like he's booking amphitheaters now.
Oh yeah.
It's the new Carson inviting you over to the couch. It's just
really that is.
Yeah. It's great. I'm excited for him.
Yeah.
So they're at the airport and they're going to the publishing company and there is a great like running bit of BoJack having so much trouble going through airport security, where it starts off with him like having his flask with him, and then being like, you know, oh, you're gonna be this much of a problem, and he starts drinking out of the flask. It's like, this guy's being a real douche, Diane. I'll be there in a second. It's like, how'd you get through so quickly? I don't know. I followed the basic rules of airline security. And then there's my favorite line in the whole episode is when BoJack takes out what looks like to be a gun, and everyone freaks out, and he goes, relax, it's a lighter. How much lighter fluid can I bring on the plane? And he shoots the thing off, and a big flame goes off. I'm just like, okay, I'm in. This is a good episode already.
This is the episode that Bingo was like, yeah,
I'm in.
I forgive the muffin episode now. This is good.
The muffin one I had my gripes with. But
we all heard the gripes.
Oh my god, it was a terrible episode. That made me hate TV. But no, this is what is great about this one in my history of watching the show is, I think I might have mentioned this last time, but I fell asleep during this episode the first time I watched it.
You mentioned it to me
off mic. Okay, so the great listeners have not heard it. I basically was like watching the show like 6 months after it came out. I heard okay, thanks, and I watched the first few. Fell asleep at the beginning of this episode. Woke up and I'm like, when did they get to Boston?
Not because it was boring.
But I was tired.
Yeah.
And I was like, when did how did we end up in Boston? And I was like, I had to rewind the whole thing. And my TV's really bad with like rewinding. It's like, so my TV's bad where it's like you press any button while something streams, it freaks out on you. It's like, oh god, now I gotta freeze it.
What do you mean? What do you mean you went back? You can't watch that part.
You can't make the volume louder. I was like watching Veep one day, and it's like so much profanity on that show. My mom's coming down, she's like, "I'm gonna turn this down," and it's just like Julie Dreyfus is dropping the F-bomb. It's like 8. It's like I'm 50 as well. I'm like, oh god. I was like, what are you watching? Nothing. Seinfeld.
Seinfeld, where Julie Louis-Dreyfus, where Elaine suddenly curses all the time. That'd be
That's a show I would watch it tomorrow.
They need to bring back Seinfeld, where they just curse the whole time.
We'll do a podcast. That's
the show about cursing.
The cleanest comedian ever. Never cursed in his act. His entire series.
Just throws it all the way.
Yeah.
So they go to.
That's 2 Seinfeld references.
Yeah. There'll be 10 more.
Make a Seinfeld podcast.
There is one.
When we get big.
When we get big, we'll do an extra series on BoJack on Seinfeld. I would do that in a heartbeat.
Has anybody ever mocked up a mashup of BoJack and Seinfeld, like with the music?
Yeah, there's kind of that in the last episode. There's like a little when BoJack's on stage, back in a flashback, there's like Seinfeld music playing underneath it.
Mm-hmm. So that's why you're probably thinking of it too.
Probably. I also just love
Seinfeld. Because the whole
Seinfeld.
show is about being a stand-up comedian
who has success.
That got successful on TV.
Yeah, kind of like what happens.
Not necessarily Jerry Seinfeld.
I think I said it last time. It's like, what if Dave Coulier had a drinking problem and just became very depressed? Like, that's just my version of it. Like a hacky, kind of funny comic who has like success and then like goes overboard.
Right.
And I guess maybe BoJack was funnier, but like they go to.
The cartoon horse is funnier than Dave Coulier.
It's not a stretch.
That's sad.
So they go to New York to meet the Penguin again, voiced by the great Patton Oswalt, another comedian. And the Penguin's in some hard times.
Yep.
The company's going under.
Oh, man.
Him and his family live in a phone booth.
Getting some dark humor in here too.
There is that.
The Penguin jumping off the building.
Yes.
Damn.
I remember.
I rewatched. I'm like, did that just happen? Did you make that joke?
That is. It is really dark, but that's where the show goes.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a good background gag.
Yeah.
I liked that. I just noticed rewatching this episode, the Penguin has crutches to the side of his desk.
Yeah.
Because like his kneecaps are broken.
Yeah, he broke his kneecaps.
He's just like, sorry,
The
Penguin.
details.
It's a good. It's
Actually,
good.
okay, so you know what I was thinking of?
Sure.
You know how I don't write notes.
I know.
Right? It's a running gag.
Mendez brings the equipment, I bring the notes.
Exactly. He carries the show. I make it happen. So
Kenny brings his beer.
I thought I could just write down the details.
Okay.
Because I noticed the details.
All right.
So I could, and then at the end of the show, just be like, oh, this was a thing. We all didn't see that.
Yeah.
Or maybe we did. I don't know. But what do you think?
I like that.
Okay.
All right.
So I don't know about the next episode because you're probably going to record it today. But
for future ones.
maybe the next couple ones.
Mendez's keynotes.
Yeah.
Mendez corner.
Mendez corner. We'll have a whole animated.
We'll have a boop 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 boop. That's the noise we'll use too. Eventually get that.
Yeah. We'll sound clip that.
One little thing I liked here, when Diane gets the phone call that her father has died, her ringtone is Ira Glass from NPR saying, everyone has a story, your phone story, that it's ringing.
And it changes all the time.
It does, but it's always Ira Glass though, somehow. Oh my god, and that's something that Diane definitely would do. Like, it's a good character thing. Diane's probably very big into NPR and PBS, as everyone should be, but
Isn't that the seminar she wanted to go to?
That's the art gallery she wanted to go to, like a couple episodes ago. Yeah, no, she wanted NPR. She got her ringtone. She probably had to donate a lot of money to get the ringtone, but Diane's also probably the person that would brag about it too.
What about your phone? That it's ringing.
She picks up and then she leaves, and BoJack says how he wants to get rid of Diane off the book. And the Penguin's like, why do you want to do that? He was like, she's not working out.
Who's the voice of the Penguin?
Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, Patton Oswalt. He does a couple voices.
He does another voice in this episode.
Yeah.
He does.
The same episode.
Yeah, he does the one of Diane's brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, he does.
we find out that Diane's father has died, and she does not care.
Right.
Yeah, she has a very like passe attitude towards her. Like, it's like, no big deal. Didn't mean much to me. And they decide to go up to Boston so that she can pay her final respects, and she brings BoJack with her so they can get some writing done because they need the book done by like September or something. Because BoJack spent so many months not doing anything. So they they ship up to Boston, and I really like them driving in the limo, And when they get to the house, he goes like, "Do you want me to come in with you?" And she goes, "No." And she gives him a kaleidoscope.
Shapes and colors, the lights and colors.
It's just so good. He's just so distracted.
And then he runs out of combination. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna meet
He like rolls down the window, Diane, like he's a child. I love Diane's family. They're like terrible, but like in the best kind of way. Like they're trashy and like.
Oh, Diane's here. Oh, hey, D.
Push the ones wearing as a Red Sox fan, it's like the ones wearing a Red Sox jersey. He's like watching the '86 World Series and be like, how many times?
Watching the game.
The game starts like, how many times have you seen this game from '86? And how many times is Buckner break your heart? Every time. It's like, why would you watch that one? Like we've won many World Series since. Even when this episode was made in 2014, we won like I think 2 other.
Since then.
I think we won 3 World Series at that point, so like it's a weird choice.
Yeah, that one.
I think she has 4 brothers. 3 are human. 1 is a ram,
yes,
which is voiced by Pat. Which is voiced by Pat Oswalt.
Oh, which
is I like the fact they never draw attention to it.
No.
Like because in this universe that's just like a normal thing.
Yeah.
That there's never like, oh, we adopted him like in the summer of '89. Like he's like. I had a theory that this Diane's family was loosely based on even though this TV show was not out at the time, I think the Wahlburgers,
probably,
which is Mark Wahlberg's reality show.
Yeah.
Which is.
I mean that makes sense.
I think they're definitely based on like.
Boston.
Yeah, like tough guys.
Watching the game.
Watching the game. They're definitely doing like a Boston stereotype, but I think the Wahlburgers are like a big influence.
Well, it's a Boston stereotype, but you go to Boston, people are, talk like that.
I'm like that now.
I talk like that.
Yeah, when I'm like in the streets, and I'm just like people are trying like, can you move? I'm like, I'm watching the game. 86 World Series, Buckner, breaks your heart. That's a really bad accent.
It's good.
We'll work on it. So they asked Diane for help to do the funeral, and their reasoning because none of them ever went to college. Besides Diane, apparently.
The only one went to college, D.
And the best part,
D or D?
I think they fluctuate between both. I think they call her D a lot though. D or D. Yeah, it's a bad nickname. So I really like too that the one brother's like he's gotta rest up. He's gonna get a scholarship to BC. It's like so he can play football. He didn't get into BC. And there's a moment after BoJack has his kaleidoscope thing, he goes in the house. It's very like 1970s, 80s, 60s sitcom of like the celebrity coming to your house. It's like Sammy Davis Jr.
Hold the phone and park the car.
It's like,
are you the horseman horsing around?
And that's why he likes them because someone recognizes it.
I feel like I'm being really offensive.
I'm impressed.
I like it.
I actually don't think it's bad.
I like it. It's only offensive if it's bad.
I've worked on it a lot. Actually, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sitting here just pleasantly taking this all in.
Vinny's getting ready for some clam chowder, and
oh, that would be nice. Oh man.
And that's actually a line though. Hold the phone and park the car.
It is. It's from the show. It's from the show.
It's in the script.
From BoJack.
BoJack.
Oh.
This is the Laverne. Welcome to the Laverne Shuri podcast. The someone only my 80-year-old grandmother asked for.
Did you just say Laverne and Shuri?
No.
Why did I just think? Oh my god.
Vinny has lost it.
Oh man.
We're all tired.
Oh, I am exhausted.
We're talking about BoJack Horesman. We're not talking about whores.
No, that's a different.
That's our after dark podcast.
I was talking about Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, that's what we talk. That's what we mean too. Diane.
I like that you're just trying to like transition.
Just in our back way.
It never happened.
It's okay, man. Just gonna edit that out.
We can fix it up.
Why did I say whores on this one?
Well, I could say whores. It's just I just want more proof that Laverne and Shirley were
You
whores.
said horse.
Horse. Because they were horses on Laverne and Shirley.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Nay. That was the theme song.
I think she got that nickname strictly from Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
I Imagine having that influence where you nickname a woman Horseface.
Yeah.
And the whole rest of the world.
And then Family Guy does it.
20 plus years has been calling her that. Okay? That's horrible. And then Family Guy
did it.
Yeah, they did it.
And then they ruined it.
I mean, it's pretty awful because she actually looks better now than she did when she was on that show.
Sex and the City. She's on her new HBO show's ending.
Yeah.
Oh.
This year, divorced.
Really?
I heard of it.
Did she get divorced from Matthew Broderick?
I have no idea, but her TV show is on HBO is called Divorce, where she gets divorced from the mechanic from Wings.
I guarantee it's loosely based on her real life, so I think they got divorced.
It might be.
He just couldn't take the horse face comments anymore.
He was like, "This is the end."
He's like, you know what? I'm sorry.
You don't look like a horse, but it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy where over time.
He's like, I'm starting to see it.
Just like the other
I
day,
can't wait they call you a horse.
when
from a trough?
you know, all of a sudden when you're sleeping, I hear neigh, neigh. I keep. She has like bedding, like the bedding paper stuff with her at all times.
Testing him. That was how she was testing his love for her. She would insist that they go lie and hay and do things that horses do, just to
Sleep
see
standing
if
up.
It should have been assigned to. It should have been assigned to him when their first date was at an off-track betting place, and her picture was on the wall, reigning champion, the Triple Crown winner of the bar. Yeah.
I like how we're keeping it a horse theme.
R.I.P.
Yeah, every episode we got to do a tangent about horses. I'm not even on this show.
We did Hannah Montana, which I guess is sort of country, which is horse.
Yeah. Wait, country?
We did it.
She wasn't a country artist.
No.
You think it's Taylor Swift?
She did a show called Hannah Montana.
I guess she was. I was initially okay.
Yeah.
Like how T Swizzle.
Don't they spoof her in BoJack?
Yes, I think later on. Yeah, I think later on.
Topic.
Back to the episode.
Nice segue.
Återfången praktika.
Återfången praktika. So Diane agrees to help, and it does not go great. There's that bit where she's like, "All right, is there a number for me to call?" And her brother goes like, "Yeah, the internet." And like the father, keeping the father in his chair covered in ice, bags of ice.
Watching the TV.
It's like, why is Dad there? Well, first we thought he was just wickedly hungover, and that's probably true. The penis is on him or whatever.
Why does that always happen?
Well, it's just
The go-to is always a dick.
I know, that's why I don't fall asleep.
I think it's easy to reference. I think
Yeah.
if you drew a vagina.
And everyone can draw a dick. Everyone can draw one.
Yeah.
Heart kind of, it's just a line, you know?
Yeah.
Well, depending on how creative you want to get.
Yeah, how big it is, the veins, you know.
American Vandal.
Oh,
Do the hair.
R.I.P. That's dead. That's dead. This show's canceled.
It's dead.
What the hell's American Vandal?
Oh, it's so good. It's like a fake documentary about.
It's one of the best shows ever.
Oh, man.
One of the best first seasons of a TV show ever.
A student at this school, or someone at this school, drew a bunch of dicks on
Teachers' cars, like 27 dicks.
It's not real.
It's,
Yeah,
I think I heard about the 27 dicks being drawn on.
and it's an investigation documentary spoofing like the Jinx or making a murderer. It was a really good first season. The second season, it was all right. It wasn't great. That was.
It's like a reality show.
No, it's a fake document. It's a mockumentary. It's like think like a very dirty Parks and Rec. Kind of serious. It's
shorter. Yeah.
It's 8 episodes. It was good. It really it went around our film club.
Oh, it was great.
For like a 2.5 week period. One of us. Yeah,
it's great. It's a good laugh, and they take it so seriously.
That's what makes it so
Like
great.
you're waiting for it to break and not be so serious. It's like Discovery Channel.
We'll add this to the Patreon list. If we have enough people, we'll do American Vandals here. We'll do American Vandal. Yeah,
we'll do a 2-hour special on American Vandal.
We'll cover each hour will be like a season or something.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. So basically, like the rest of this episode is like Diane's brothers on the BoJack and Diane storyline of like not helping, and Diane kind of coming to grips with her relationship with her father, which is not great. Her relationship with her family is not great. There is like that moment where you find out that like Diane's brothers have like tricked her, like catfished her, like to believe that this very sensitive boy in high school liked her. And they hired this homeless man to take her to prom. Right. And that's how the nickname Cryan becomes, because she starts just crying.
Again, a bad nickname.
It's a bad nickname. It's just bad for many reasons.
It's not creative.
The best part of this to me is how BoJack, though, is just like on board with this in the beginning. Because like they have adopted him as one of the brothers because he never had brothers. So he's just like on the couch, like throwing the football around, watching the game. And... you know, she just comes to terms with it throughout the episode. Her and BoJack, at the end of it, have a very nice moment where he writes a letter in the voice of her make-believe boyfriend to be like, you know, they don't appreciate you, but, you know, you're a really good person, and, like, you know, the people who really care about you notice the great things about you, how, like, you chew gum when you're on an airplane so your ears, like, so you can pop your ears, that, you know...
Because BoJack doesn't matter, and he doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah, and
so it's just like he's grasping at whatever he knows.
It's also really good foreshadowing for a future episode, that's like, for the next episode, where he thinks he's, like, not a spoiler, I guess, but, like, thinks that he, like, his relationship with Diane is closer than it really is. So, and this all, like, happens, this whole moment, because Diane has the funeral for her father. None of her brothers show up. They didn't even deliver the body. And she goes to the bar, and they're watching the game, the Red Sox game, and it's great because it's the one brother's never seen before.
I've never seen this one before.
The Sox are on. I've never seen this one, and she goes off on like, you know, freaks out, and her Boston accent comes out. And
well, no, okay. Don't they chum the dad?
They chum the dad. You're right.
They made the dad into chum.
So they didn't even turn his ashes. And so it's not because his final wish was to, like, I think it was his final wish or the brother's final wish to have the chum be thrown in Derek Jeter's face, and the Yankees are in town this week.
Yeah.
And
the stars are aligning deep. Oh.
And so Diane freaks out and starts breaking things at the bar, and the mother
at the bar.
And the mother, who is the perfect mother for Diane, she's smoking a cigarette. She goes, "Diane, you're making a scene." And it's like, none of the stuff the brothers have ever done has made a scene.
Well, they haven't made a scene.
They have not, but I think
they've been dumbasses this entire time.
I think they themselves are making a scene with their choices as human beings. And Diane steals the truck. With the chum, and the Ram brother is like chasing after it. And for some reason I found it was very funny. "No, Diane, don't Dad's chum's in the back seat. No, Diane." And she just drives off with it. And there's that great bit at the end of the episode where the chum falls off the car, and it goes through Fenway Park where they're playing the Yankees. It goes past the Cheers bar, which I was like, all right.
What song was playing? There was like a Boston
ish, like, oh yeah, it's like a.
It was like a
Irish.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, alcoholics watch it.
You'll be like, oh, okay, that's a nice song.
I kind of recognized it.
It made that whole scene of barrel of chum running through Boston's like.
It made it more exciting to watch, and the chum does hit Derek Jeter, who I'm sure they could not get the rights to have like the Red Sox or Yankee logos. I think even the jersey the brother is wearing is not a Red Sox jersey. It looks like one though. Derek Jeter's jersey is just like, it has DJ on it, and like Jeets is on the back of it, I think. And I really like that aspect of it. And the chum does hit him because he's helping an old lady cross the street. And I was like, as a Red Sox fan, I was like, yeah, screw Derek Jeter. And good thing we got chums in. I'm a Red Sox fan?
You're all over the place. Rams fan, you're a Red Sox fan.
I'm a Ducks fan.
The Mighty Ducks?
Anaheim Ducks now.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you base your fandom on?
My dad's side, it's funny, my dad's side is all Rams and Yankees fans.
Okay.
I just picked up the Rams because that's like what my brother watched and my dad watched. The Red Sox I was on their Red Sox Little League team.
The brother whose Graham's number one, or number one.
My grandmother's favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one fan.
Yeah. So and then the Nets is just because I guess the Nets, and the Ducks because I like the movie My Ducks. So yeah.
They say, not surprisingly, this is useless information for the most part, but generally you pick your teams based on family, location, or color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, I liked the Jets because the green is my favorite color. I like the Mets because...
You hate yourself.
You hate yourself.
Yankees, everybody likes.
Yeah.
So, because I hate myself. And I didn't realize it at a young age. It was through the team I grew to hate myself.
That's usually happening.
Well, that's all over though. I mean, my family is big into soccer.
Yeah.
Like, because we're European. And so Portugal, where we're from, has three main soccer teams, which I guess would be compared to like Giants and Jets.
Yeah.
Same exact thing. And so it's like red, green, and blue. So if you're from the north of Portugal, most likely you're blue, and then if you're from anywhere else, like Central and South Portugal, you're either a Benfica fan, which is a red, or a Sporting fan, which is a green. And like they're constantly like it's like the Jets and Giants feud like on steroids.
Yeah. It actually is like political.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference.
It's the same thing.
It's the
same thing like in
it's trade flavor
for China.
Yeah.
It's like similar to
Spain.
That is like the one. Soccer was like that one sport.
I don't follow soccer.
I never could get into soccer.
Your cushion's falling off.
Oh God.
My dad and brother love soccer. They watch it all the time. It is the one sport that I can never get into. I was even asked to announce a soccer game once, and at our community college, they asked me, "Hey, do you mind doing the soccer game?" And I said, "This is the one sport I know little to nothing about, and I only had a day. I'm like, I don't even think I can learn enough to fake it tomorrow." So I was like, I can't do the soccer. He's like, all right, no announcer then.
The reality is, you know how hard it is to announce those games?
Yeah.
Because there's so much actually announcing. There's only like one goal every 9
I did a
minutes.
I did.
That's why they get so fucking excited when they're like, goals!
Yeah.
They can't believe they saw something happen.
I did a baseball game by myself though.
That's what made
Yeah, I did that Skylands or like veterans game or something.
Okay, so then they're two different sports. Like soccer, there's a lot of
There's balls.
There are a lot of
Gay porn and soccer are the same thing. Porn and soccer are the
There's a lot
same.
of ball exchange.
Yeah, 3 balls. All right, let's go. Come on.
A lot of kicking, stomping.
Constantly like you're like, oh, pass it to so and so. We're like baseball. You're like kind of like you approaches the.
That's what I did. I know.
And he misses.
It's actually I tried to keep an even keel when I did it because I was by myself and I was just like, steps up and the pitch and that's taken for a ball, and then like when something like a home run or happened, I would be more excited. I do. I also did basketball games.
I couldn't do sport. I don't watch sports. I could never do any sport.
Why baseball? I remember when I was a kid, I did it too. I was an umpire. I was like 14. The umpire, why is he always so aggressive about strike? And then when it's a ball, he's just like standing.
We have to shout it so everyone can hear it.
Yeah, but I want to know if a ball happened. Yeah, you know. He doesn't do shit.
Nah, he doesn't. When I did basketball games at our community college, my professor gave me and my friend who were doing the game, me and my friend Rob, and basically the basketball team was really bad. The men's team in particular was atrociously bad. One game,
Careful, this might get on Tony D's station.
one game we
already talked about dicks.
I don't think we're being on any radio station.
And
Tony D would be all about that, man. He's Tony D. He's all about the D.
This one game. So there's this one game in particular. We're down 30 points at the half, and I'm just like ragging on the team. I'm just like, this is terrible. That was a bad shot. Like, why would you even take that? Like,
Are you allowed to say ragging? That alludes to another feud.
so we
not a college radio station.
we get into the
can say whatever.
So after at halftime, we go back into our classroom to be part of the class, and my professor handed us a note that said parents are calling in and complaining that you guys are being too negative. And I'm like, Tony, this is not true. I've said many good things about the other team. That was my professor's name. Tony Salimo.
Oh, he's the one that Tony D took over for.
Really?
Yeah. Tony Salimo, he taught weather.
Yeah, no, I took many classes with him. Good guy.
Yeah, I heard.
So that happened, and then in other games, at one point, me and my friend Rob were losing so badly that we honestly started saying, "Yeah, come on down to the college. Me and him will give you a tour." We started talking about our meteorology class on the air, and being like, "I got a B on that quiz. I got an A. That's an A."
I accidentally started listening to that radio station.
Really?
It was the only one that was working.
How was it?
I don't know, I was like, oh, this is good music, and then it came on, like, yo.
Were you cruising somewhere?
Huh?
Were you cruising somewhere?
He was looking for fast cars, fast money, and fast women.
Cruising over.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they announced they're like Sussex County Community College.
I did
a few commercials.
I produced one of the shows one day.
Yeah, we were gonna. Your podcast.
My first one I tried. Yeah, that was hopefully going to be on there.
We could use that studio anytime. Why would you do
We
that?
got here.
I mean,
that's the whole thing. They got all this crazy equipment, and it's like,
but you can't do anything.
At this point, is a computer. Like the other day, I was in the thrift shop. I go down the street, and they're going, "Oh man, we like that station, but the signal it goes down sometimes. It's literally 4 miles away.
Yeah.
It's like they got to hook it up to the internet. Are they on the internet?
I'm not 100%.
Honestly, they'd probably be better off if they just streamed it on.
Yeah. But even like I got.
No, he's number 10. You know.
Really?
Yeah. Out of
in the area.
Like he ranks in the top 10 with WSUS and all them.
Okay.
Honestly, when I go out in Newton, a lot of people listen to them there. This is going to do great for your BoJack.
Oh yeah, the ones that live
Knew it.
Everyone, tune into 97.5 Cruising Oldies as long as you live within a 300-foot radius of Sussex County.
I've never listened. I've never listened. And I was like, I think Mendez can attest the fact that how many hours did I spend at that college a week?
He would always ask when I show up.
I don't know how he
did. Listen to the station, like, no. But I respect what you're doing.
No, I produced an episode of one of the shows one day, and I enjoyed it.
Wait, so you know Tony D or you know Tony?
I think I know both.
Tony D is he's an engineer.
I don't know Tony D.
He set up the transmitter and everything.
Yeah. All right, back to BoJack.
Back to BoJack.
We might have to cut that down a bit.
No, we go.
I think it's entertaining. People are gonna be into it because it's like.
It's not live stream. They can.
It's like
skip ahead
it's
if
a
they don't
term
want to.
for conscience. Stream of
Consciousness.
consciousness.
That's how the first season of Big Little Lies was edited together. Stream of consciousness.
Yes. What's Big Little
It's
Lies?
an HBO show.
So that's stream of consciousness because I actually admitted I didn't know what the hell
So we basically went over the Diane BoJack. And we'll wrap it up at the end. But basically, the other plot line in the episode is Todd turning BoJack's house into David Boreanaz.
It's so good. Him and
PC, Princess Caroline. Yeah. Basically, because Todd is like house sitting for BoJack because he lives there, and BoJack leaves him that note that says, "Don't do anything bad. Don't touch anything." And Todd sneezes, and he's like, "Can't unring that bell," and just starts jump on BoJack's bed with cereal. He goes into the bathtub with a top hat and monocle. And he like
BoJack even
makes a dummy and makes him some coach. Pretends to be BoJack. It's like wish fulfillment. Oh my god. And then though, when he's hanging something up, he's outside on a ladder. One of those Hollywood cars go by like the Star Search, and the person that says it's David Boreanaz's house from Castle or whatever. And do you know what show David Boreanaz is from?
Not Castle.
No. They didn't. They never got it right.
He's from.
He says two big ones.
Sean Fox.
Bones.
Yeah.
He was on Bones for 9 seasons. I think that ended recently. Before that, he was on Angel and Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
See, you should be ashamed you know that.
I've never seen either of those shows.
Nico's never ashamed of watching a show.
No,
Bones is easy to remember because his last name is Boreanos.
yeah, but he's not even the main character of that show.
David Bones.
That's how you remember.
There's another character named Bones on the show.
I should be ashamed.
David Bones.
I like how I should be ashamed for
I'm
knowing
sure he does.
Angel and Buffy.
He boned every chick that came on that show.
There you
What?
go.
I like how I should be ashamed. I know what Buffy and Angel are, but you using the term David and Bone together is not as shameful.
It's like if you mumble Boreanos, it's just David.
Yeah, Bones.
Yeah.
So
Castle or anything else on Fox.
that's not even on Fox.
What
Castle was ABC.
It was a Castle or what was it? It was a funny joke.
All right, which one's better?
Just come in the middle of the
I
podcast.
think it's. Oh no.
His laptop died
it
on
just
him.
Died.
Oh no! Did it really?
Oh.
That's God telling me to stop it.
To stop interrupting the podcast, Vinny.
Or just stop everything.
So
Leave. No.
so you like the Todd?
I think it's
funny.
I think it's funny.
I like the more extreme it gets with it. Where he even has like Mila Kunis there.
Yeah.
To be
Mila
like
Kunis wearing a shirt
I can't
that says Mondays or something.
something like that, yeah.
Dude,
And she's just sitting there, like standing there, like
Eating an apple or something.
eating. I think she's like, yeah, she's eating something. She's like, yeah, I'm just
This
here.
episode's so long ago, I promise.
Because PC called her up. I like the fact, dude, like, PC was like, I'm your agent. I get 10%. And, like, they're just raking in the money,
Yeah.
like, $5,000
They just
at a
covered
time.
all of BoJack's pictures with Boreanos.
Buying it. But it's not even like they just, like, printed out pictures. Like, they had, like, cut out.
Yeah.
And they stick
cut
it
it out
to
of whatever magazine
Yeah,
David
he was-
Boreanaz is
And then they created they jerry-rigged a dummy in BoJack's room of, like, Boreanaz saying, Todd, get out of my room. I'm David Boreanaz.
Yeah.
that's why you're talking about that guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, and then, like,
Just not paying attention.
when PC keeps rolling the money and Todd's being an accountant because he knows accounting because he has a calculator and a visor and he's just like typing, he's like, PC, I don't know how the money's not lining up. I think some of these offshore accounts aren't legal. How much money is he making from this? You think?
A day.
How much do you
It was
think
like a day.
over? Because PC at one time says like another 5,000 were in the pink.
Yeah.
Over under $100,000 they made that day. What do you think? Over under 100 grand?
I think they made over.
I do too, which makes me wonder what happened to that money.
Yeah.
Well, because at the end he does get arrested for impersonating David Boreanaz's house.
I guess they used it to like bail themselves out.
I guess, yeah, but we find out later in the next episode Todd's bail is $50.
Oh, that's true.
So my guess is the police just
Yeah, this is like a 2-part episode.
yeah, the police probably just takes the money. Like they just confiscate it. There's a great joke, and everybody hates Chris, where Chris's boss gives him a roll of quarters because they're doing like like the cops are like they're gonna waiting for this guy to come in to rob the store, like a sting operation, and then if the cops don't get in time, his boss goes take the roll of quarters and hit him with it. The cops confiscate the quarters at the end, and then it cuts away to that the police department won an arcade tournament that summer. It's a really good joke. I love everybody. It's Chris. So Todd gets arrested. PC I think gets away unharmed, and
You know, you were talking about being able to reach celebrities.
yeah, off my
Back in the
yeah.
day, you just like, write him a letter or whatever.
Yeah.
I know where Chris Rock lives.
We get him on the show.
Go knock on his door.
Just go there.
Yeah. I know where he lives.
Tracy Morgan.
That does sound crazy.
Kind of
I know where Tracy Morgan lives. I know where
Do you?
little Kim lives. But she don't live there anymore. She's in jail.
We know where she is.
Or prison, excuse me.
Vinny's
There's a
humble
difference.
bragging right
Yeah.
now.
I
Humble
just read
brag.
in the paper that all the inmates from Sussex and the men are being transferred to the women's prison in Morris.
Do you know I had a friend that
Went to jail.
no I had a friend that dated like the third most wanted person in Sussex County, the county we live island that we live in.
Yeah, by the way,
If you want to find us,
if you want to find us, we live in Sussex County,
County.
but we're not going to tell you the state.
yeah.
Now you're talking about the third most wanted. That guy's gonna come out.
To her.
Yeah, well, we never mentioned
Her, yeah.
We never mentioned the
He
state.
turned her in.
Oh, that's like the millionth most wanted in the
I believe women can be as dangerous as men.
He turned her in?
He turned her in. He found out. I think he found out she was the third most wanted person in Sussex County.
I gotta know. We're not talking about exactly who it is. For what?
I don't remember.
Meth. It was meth.
That's what I thought first, but I think she was like an activist or something, and got in trouble.
Being an activist?
I think she did. I think she broke into some places. So when if the powers that be can just get together and make meth legal finally.
They say pot's a gateway drug.
Yeah.
Maybe the legalization will be a gateway to legalizing meth, which is the reason I want it legal. Okay?
I think meth should be legal so I can actually listen to the Joe Rogan podcast and be amused.
And
if you were on meth, you would not have the attention span to listen to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I know, but at least I could listen to an episode.
No, you'd be out.
Yeah, that's how I want to listen.
Joe Rogan is bugging out because they just legalized magic mushrooms in Colorado.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Magic mushrooms.
That to me is too much. I got hospitalized at least once for pot because I got way too stoned. And while I was like that, I was like, I thought about the legality of it at that time, and I was like, I don't necessarily think this should even be legal.
Yeah.
Mushrooms?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it just depends.
Look at that thing behind you, okay?
Yeah.
If you were on mushrooms, you'd be in a good place right now.
If you guys are on mushrooms right now, you guys are having a really good time watching this podcast.
That's actually the only reason I tuned in.
The thumbnail was like, yo, look at that!
You have three fucking dudes that are just on tripping right now, just looking at the background.
Well, they'll be like the background, and then one of the tags will put in Joe Rogan experience, and they'll be like mushrooms. That.
You're so lucky
Joe.
we're punching up right now.
I know. Oh God.
Joe Rogan's never gonna see this.
The one punch
Thank
man,
God.
Joe Rogan would be really. He probably. You're never gonna be allowed on his show now.
Oh darn.
The thing I found interesting was Schultz starts like talking trash a little bit about Kanye. Not really. He was just saying that Kanye tries to do everything. I'm standing for this.
Yeah. We need a second camera on video.
Everything Kanye does. It's kind of funny, maybe off camera, because they don't have to look at my stupid face.
Yeah, they just hear the magic.
Everything Kanye does is to show the black community that he can pull it off, make something cool.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a profound point. It's almost like your conspiracy thing you're saying with him. Is that Joe Rogan then, instead of, well, he actually did combat that. He goes, Kanye's basically not a bad guy. He was defending Kanye.
Yeah.
You know what he said to him? He goes, you ever talk to Kanye? As if Schultz was going to be like, yeah, actually, me and him.
I always talk to Kanye.
It's a snide thing to say, though, because you knew he was just going into saying, yeah, I've talked to him. Like Andrew Schultz has talked to him. Like it was like a humble brag. Like, you ever talked to him? Oh, because I have.
Yeah.
And then he defended Kanye.
I have no issues with Kanye West. I think Kanye's crazy, but I think Kanye also has mental illness problems. I really do.
I think everyone
I like your apprehension of saying his last name.
Looping it around to earlier, I think everyone has a mental illness.
I do. I 100% think that.
Birth is very traumatizing.
And Kanye's probably was very much because he left thinking, I can't believe I didn't birth myself. I am not Jesus.
You just blew every mushroom head. What do you call a mushroom head?
Unemployable?
Hippie?
I guess. I don't know.
You blew all their minds.
What do you guys call yourself?
Tweet at us.
Comment below.
Link in the bio.
Mushroom Head was a band. Maybe that's what they based it on. No, that was a cloud. They based it on a cloud of nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
That's what a mushroom
cloud.
Yeah, mushroom cloud. Yeah.
Maybe it was like, good God, we need to get back on track.
Yeah.
Finish this.
Because we gotta wrap this. We gotta wrap this one up.
It's okay. It's all right. I put in the
Dude,
description.
Rogan's podcast.
Oh Jesus!
Fucking Rogan's
3
podcast
hours.
is 3 hours.
I know.
That's insane.
One of my
It's
favorite.
like a 6 hour, I think.
That's insane.
One of my favorite podcasts.
Live streams.
Yeah, one of my favorite podcasts. They routinely do 3.5 hour episodes.
Yeah.
Which is, you won't plug it. It's just one of your favorites.
And they don't.
Want
It's
to give it clout.
it's never. It's they finished it up already.
Okay,
You don't want to
so it's
admit
dead
what
links.
it is?
No, admit what it is.
Oh, it was that It was that casting call one.
it was the casting calls diaries.
Yes.
No, it was a podcast called Gilmore Guys. Reviewed every episode of Gilmore Girls.
Okay.
Really? That's funny. No wonder you didn't want to admit it.
No, I admit.
It's a better idea than ours.
I admit Gilmore Girls is one of my favorite shows to watch.
I still need to watch
it. Was on once, and I got into it. It's kind of similar to my wife's big into 90210.
I've started watching that.
Marathon
Yeah.
it. Dude, when it's on, I just sit there and I get hooked.
For wait, Gilmore or 90210?
90210, the original Gilmore, right?
Yeah.
That was different, right?
I've never watched the show. So
Gilmore Girls is I really dug Gilmore Girls. That's actually one of my favorite shows to watch.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I watched it when I was like 10 or 11, and it's just a very comforting TV show.
Yeah.
I think it's very funny. I think it's really well written, and I find it a very fascinating show to watch. And it's a show that if I put on, like, my brother won't complain. Like, he won't be like,
Because he's not there.
it's like he'll
hanging
like,
out with your grandma.
me and my, you know what? Mock Gilmore Girls all you want,
Because he's her favorite.
yeah. Because he's reading books and Matt's watching Gilmore Girls.
That's why he's a fan of the Rams. It's all because of Grams. It's like, it's close.
The rhymes, it's gotta be true.
Mushrooms, he's watching it.
All right, let's wrap this episode.
I'll put
up.
in the description we get off the rails and it'll be good.
Yeah.
We get off the rails in this one, guys, just so you know.
Just go. This is
Be ready.
the problem. Is
Be
this
ready
is
to
this
have
is
fun.
not a very plot heavy episode.
Yeah, so
This
we got
is-
still time.
We had
This podcast.
this episode.
This episode.
Oh, the
Well,
podcast.
Podcast
Yeah.
is very plot heavy.
Well, whatever. Yeah, I mean, the episode of
It
the
goes
podcast
very-
coincides with the episode.
Yeah. So this one is like we went over like Diane goes to Boston with BoJack and Todd.
Todd gets arrested.
Todd gets arrested. One last thing I want to bring up about the Diane BoJack when we rate the episode and stuff.
Yeah.
Is
Rate it.
you heard that right?
Yeah.
Rate the episode is do you
Rate the episode.
rate
What is that term called? When you a Freudian slip.
a Freudian slip? Yes.
Now, why is it always sexual? Is that
Exactly.
because our minds are deep in it.
I guess.
That was
Maybe.
sexual.
Yeah, that was sexual.
That's
That was
what
a Freudian slip if I've ever heard one.
That's what she said.
But you're inclined to make these,
Yeah.
sexual references.
Well, why do we have bad words? And why are bad words always?
But why do we
I
say
think we should
rape?
have that. I think we should have.
Instead of saying
But why are they
rape,
all sexual though?
Not all bad words are sexual.
I think they all
Some
can
are
be
racist.
linked. They can all be. That's true.
Mingo went to rape instead of rake.
Rate.
Well, and you wanted to say rape.
Yeah, and you went from rape to assault.
Is sexual.
Yeah.
Rake could also be sexual if a girl's raking your thing when she's
That's
trying
true.
to suck it. Okay, so you should have said rake.
Off the rails, guys.
Mendez, edit in me saying rake.
Whenever Vinny starts talking, I'm just gonna start doing this. We can't hear.
So let me ask. This episode kind of sets up maybe BoJack and Diane being an item of some type.
Yeah, it sets it up.
Is that something why you watch the show that you kind of root for is them to get together?
I think at the beginning I was like, okay, all right, let's see how this goes, and then I'm like, no, I don't think so.
All right, I was curious because when I watched, I was kind of for it, but then as it goes on, you kind of see why it won't work out.
Yeah, no.
And
In fact, in the next episode, tune in next week.
yeah.
Every time you say that, I can't help but think of Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre.
Chill until the next episode.
Until
Well,
the next
some say I'm the Jay-Z of my generation.
Just dead air. Dead air. Some do say that.
You know, you run up on Mendez the wrong way, I might murk you. You know.
Mingo went through a Jay-Z phase
I
for like
did.
a month and a half.
I did. It was just listening to like 5 songs over and over again.
Oh man.
So yeah, I think we're in agreement. Then.
Yeah,
It was
it bleeds into the next episode, and they go over. It becomes more apparent there.
yeah.
Do you think we should hold off rating the episode until then?
I think we can rate this.
we can rate this part of the story. Of
Yeah.
the,
Rate or
Rate.
Rate.
okay.
Like the math term.
So out of 10, what do you give this one?
I give it a solid 7.5.
I think I'm the same here. I'm a 7.5 here. I
We're
really.
still talking about rating?
Yeah.
Rating.
Or,
Yeah. Nope.
7.5.
No, this rating. We have to cut that part out. That got a little
I'm
weird.
just gonna. So glad we don't live stream.
Yeah. We might have to cut that. We might have to cut that a little bit out.
Yeah.
What's this?
It's all good. It's all good. I still think Vinny's a good addition to the
I just.
I'm still pro Vinny, guys.
I'm pro Vinny too. I love Vinny. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna lose every job I've ever had.
It's okay. We're gonna make millions. Thanks to you guys.
The Patreon. It's the Patreon.
Go to our Patreon.
It doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, that's the end of the episode, I guess.
Yeah, in the episode.
That's the
So
end of
7.5. Yeah.
Do you think we covered everything we needed to?
I think we did. Yeah.
All right.
It'll
Well,
fun.
if we remember anything in the next 20 minutes.
I give that episode a 7.6.
Ooh. He's never watched BoJack
What?
a day in his life.
You're better than a 7.5.
Oh, we're rating us.
Yeah, I'm rating you.
Oh.
By the way, rating system. We're not gonna touch 10, right? It's not. No episode's gonna be a perfect 10.
I think there's 1 or 2 for me.
Okay.
Yeah. That I really love.
You've already seen the whole series?
Yeah.
Well, it's still going.
Yeah.
How far ahead are you?
It's like 5 seasons, right?
I'm caught up completely. Yeah,
It's 4 seasons.
5 seasons.
5 seasons.
They're going. Season 6 is coming out.
Dude, I know you're going back and rewatching, but it would be so much crazier if you guys came in here like you just saw it.
Yeah. No, we are. We're
What
literally.
about you?
I watched it completely, and then now I'm watching it again.
Oh, so you rewatch.
Yeah.
That gives you more analysis. Okay.
Yeah, we're an analysis show. We're a comedy.
Better
analysis.
We
call
give
or-
back to the people so they don't have to.
Yeah, so you don't have to watch the show.
Yeah,
Kinda
no, you
like
can just
what's
watch
his
us
face?
and be like, wow, this show sounds amazing. I don't want to pay for
Talking-
Netflix.
Talking Bad and what do you?
Chris Hardwick used to do those.
Yeah, it's Talking Bad, Coming Bad. Oh, that show's over.
Yeah.
But
He
it's,
does
uh,
the Walking Dead one.
Walking Dead one.
Talking Dead.
Talking Dead.
No, I never watched
I
that.
never
It was a
watched
bad
that. It was a
show.
bad show.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I think we all had a very, very,
Did
very.
did zombies rape anybody?
On that note, you've been listening to the Hollywoo Reporter.
Casting Couch Edition.
The casting couch
Hollywoo!
reporter.
Hollywood Reporter, Casting Couch Edition, guys. Rated R. Thank you for watching.
I'll have to cut that out.
Thank you guys so much for watching and listening, whatever medium.
You're watching on, yeah. Please
Yeah,
rate, like, and subscribe.
Follow.
Leave us a review on iTunes. Or
Yeah.
7.6 and above.
7.6 and above.
We only, that's the lowest you can go on iTunes now.
Yeah, 7.6. So until next time.
Thank you guys.
Have a good one.